Hi everybody, this is Dino V. It's been a long time since I done a video, even, and now you see why, because I can't speak properly. Anyway, how are you doing out there? I hope all is good. Welcome to this video. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do, because it helps me. Today, what I'm going to be talking about is how can you describe this lady? Born on this day in 1941 in New York, Linda Louise Eastman, photographer, mother, vegetarian, activist, singer, musician, book writer, lover of people, life, animals, nature and the earth, and all in all, I think a solid, honest, loving, doting woman who has influenced many people in life. You might be vegetarian because of Linda. You might not shave your legs because of Linda. I'm not going to show you my legs. Anyway, so we're talking about Linda Louise Eastman, born this day in 1941. She would have been 83 years old today, bless her. Was taken away way too young at the age of 56. It's quite interesting that her name was Eastman, but until they changed the name, I believe it was her father, was it Lee Eastman, that changed it? They were Epstein. No, not related to that person. So Linda's mother was Louise and her father was Lee. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to focus on songs that Paul wrote about her, because she married Paul McCartney. It was a second marriage, you may be aware, and he was in a band called the Beatles. So I'm not talking about the Beatles. This is about Linda and songs that Paul wrote about her or for her during her lifetime. So I'm not going to mention, well, I'm just going to get this out of the way. Oh, darling, please believe me, I'll never let you down on Abbey Road. I think that's about Linda. Two of us riding nowhere on that. So that's about Linda. Anyway, the Beatles are split up. Paul solo, and he's with his loving wife, Linda, and they have Heather and a newly arrived baby called Mary. Paul releases his first solo album, aptly called McCartney. There's little Mary on the back. I did meet her a few months ago in London. Lovely lady. So on this album, you've got various tracks that Paul wrote, and possibly is what's seen as most people's greatest solo McCartney song, Maybe I'm Amazed. What a song of love for the love of your life. Probably is the greatest song he's done solo. But also on this album, you've got La 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 Lovely Linda. And he sings about her in every night. All he wants to do is stay at home with Linda. He doesn't want to go out or do anything. He just wants to stay in and be with the love of his life. I don't think there's any doubt about it that Linda saved Paul from going down a very, corny alert here, long and winding, not so great road. Strong woman. In the next few years, there was also a few albums. Now, this album, Ram, is really a Paul and Linda album, isn't it? Well, actually, it says Paul and Linda on it, only says it's a McCartney album. And on here, you have got, let's have a look at the tracks here. Actually, I've missed one out already. When did Mary Had a Little Lamb come out? Was that the end of 71? Getting confused myself. Because on the B side of that, he's got Little Woman Love. I got a little woman I can really love. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's about Little Woman Love, Linda. And this is when they were looking at moving to the country. And there's another great track called Country Dreamer. You and I, country dream. They wanted to get away from the hustle and bustle of London, maybe away from the fans, the press and everyone, and have some wildlife and have their chickens, sheep, horses and everything, as well as up in Scotland. I'm pointing up because it's north of here in England. So on Ram, there's some lovely tracks as well. I'm trying to find them. It's funny, when you do a video and you've got it all planned out and then you get talking, you lose your train of thought. So come on, Dino, get with it. Long-haired lady. Love that track. The lazy lights are pretty when we end up in Mexico City. But that's the wrong song, isn't it? That's backseat of my car. See what I mean about, I don't know what I'm on about half the time. What are the lyrics to Long-haired lady? My long-haired lady. Down, 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 down. Can't remember the lyrics now. I love Long-haired lady on this. Another beautiful song about his wife, Linda. onto Wildlife now. Now, you could say that on Wildlife, it has got I Am Your Singer. I do love I Am Your Singer, especially because it's got Paul and Linda singing to each other. You are my love, you are my song. Linger on, I am your singer. You are my one, you are my own melody. Beautiful, beautiful song with Paul and Linda singing on that. Really, really adore that track. Red Rose Speedway. Not my favourite album. Many fans rate this album as their greatest one. It's not my favourite. Full of beautiful tracks, but I'm not here to talk about. I'm talking about songs which carries the US #1, the massive seller around the world, My Love. Another beautiful song that Paul wrote for his lady, Linda. A lot of people probably choose that as Paul's greatest song to Linda, or maybe I'm Amazed. Whichever way, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous song. Again, singing about the love of his life. Band on the Run. Would you say Let Me Roll It's about you? You gave me something I understand. You gave me loving in the palm of my hand. Or is it about rolling one of those things that they smoked? I always like to think it's a bit of both. I think it's about Linda and also about that stuff that Paul and Linda liked having. Venus and Mars. So on here you've got, you gave me the answer to love eternally. I like it. He says, I love you and you seem to like me. Another, certainly not one of my favourite songs, but a great little ditty. Maybe Paul should issue an album of songs that have a hark and a throwback to the olden days. But again, I'm talking about Linda, not Paul. And also you've got on here as well, Loving Song. Now, would you say that's about Linda? Let's have a look at the lyrics. I can remember what the lyrics are. I can see the places that we used to go to. Da, da, da. My heart cries out for love and all that goes with loving. Love in song. You're so fine when love is mine. I can't go wrong. I can see the places we used to go to now. Happiness in the homeland. I always see that as a song which should have been written when Linda was much older, but Paul gets these songs and he issues them. Actually, he doesn't always, does he? It takes years and years to issue songs. Silly love songs. Wings at the Speed of Sound in 76. Silly love songs, even though it's not about Linda, it's having a go at people that say, right, silly love songs, and what's wrong with that. But I love the fact that she's saying to him, I love you, and he's saying to her, I love you. And I think Denny's saying, I love you as well. They're all loving each other. But I'm sure there was some influence with Linda on that as well. And I love the fact you're hearing a voice. One thing I love about Wings, besides great songs, great bands, you know, you got Jimmy, you got Denny, you got Henry, you got all the brilliant musicians, Joe, Jeff, etc. But Linda's background harmonies and vocals were so important to the sound of Wings. Very, very important. Also on this album, you've got She's My Baby, Comes Out at Night. I don't like that song much. My baby. It's a cute little song, isn't it? Paul's good at writing cute little songs. And then I was thinking, I don't think there's really anything between 76 up until McCartney 2 where Paul hasn't written much songs about Linda. You had Back to the Egg, but I was looking at that earlier and I never realised before there's not really a song about Linda. I know she's in the video, is it, with Winter Rose, a beautiful song where they've got the horse and the Limp Castle. It's quite beautiful, but I wouldn't say it's a song about Linda. So there's not really a love song on there. So we move up. Sorry, do you know what I've missed out? I don't know, I'm apologising to you. London Town. Why haven't I got London Town here? Anyway, on London Town, one of my favourites is, do you know what? I just realised, Speed of Sound, how could I miss Warm and Beautiful out? My apologies. It's good I've got notes here. I don't remember my name sometimes. So Warm and Beautiful, a beautiful, tender song. I don't know why it was the closer on the album, but it's a beautiful, beautiful track. And I seem to remember seeing Elvis Costello perform it live when I went to see the concert for Linda Here, There and Everywhere at the Royal Albert Hall. A gorgeous, gorgeous song. Should have been released as a single, in my opinion. So going on to London Town, Linda, Baby James, and I love the track I'm Carrying. That's one of my favourite McCartney songs. In fact, on London Town, I'd say I'm Carrying is my favourite track. Beautiful acoustic track about Paul going to the hospital and he's carrying a carnation because he loves his wife and he has his son. He now has a son. I'm Carrying was the B-side of London Town. Again, I think it should have been a single. On McCartney 2, there's no love song for Linda. But what there is a track called On the Way, where he goes, well, you know I'll always love you, but it wouldn't be a lie, I'm looking at the words, if I said that I need you every moment that I try. Basically saying I love you all along the way, and sorry if I've said some silly things like people do in relationships. On here, two absolutely cracking ballads by Paul for Linda. So Bad, There Is a Pain in My Heart, You Mean So Much to Me, I Love You So Bad. It's gorgeous, but the best track is Through Our Love. We wasted time and again on things we already knew. Born to Do, I Give My Love to You. I think that might be my favourite McCartney ballad as a song written for Linda. There's a difference between ballads and songs written for Linda. A ballad could just be a gentle song, couldn't it? Maybe a love song, but no doubt about that's Linda. Give My Regards to Broad Street, which by coincidence No More Lonely Nights was issued 40 years ago today. I never realised till today that it was Linda's birthday the same day. No More Lonely Nights was a cracking single, cracking video, great film. But No More Lonely Nights, I think he missed her when he was away. And he didn't spend any time away from her, did he? Until he was in Japan and what happened with the bust. But again, we're not talking about Paul. We're talking about Linda. No More Lonely Nights. You've Only Got My Heart on a String. Is that the greatest ballad he's written for Linda? In fact, is there anyone that has influenced a singer-songwriter so much and had so many songs written about them? You've got Patti Boyd. A few were written about her. Let me know in the comments below if you think there's someone that's female or male that's had more songs written about them by their partner. Surely Linda must be numero uno. Bit of Italian there. So now we go on to 1986 and Press to Play. Beautiful picture there by George Hurrell, a famous photographer who took photos of Hollywood stars in the 1930s. Don't like Paul's haircut there, but it doesn't matter, does it? So on this album, you've got Only Love Remains. That's special to me because I saw Paul perform it, and Linda was in the band at the Royal Variety Performance in November 1986, and also on the Tube TV show in December 86. So I saw Paul perform this live twice with Linda there, and in fact, it's time for a photo. This photo here was taken at the Royal Variety rehearsals, and there's Paul, there's his nose, there's Linda, and there's, is it Stephen Shrimpton who worked for Paul? But that's a picture I've got of Linda. So that was the first time I saw them do Only Love Remains, and this picture was taken on the same day at the Waldorf Hotel where Paul and Linda had gone back, got changed, and they were coming to do the actual show. You see I'm smartly dressed there. You had to dress smart to get into the Royal Variety Show. I paid £150 for a ticket to see one song sung. It was worth it. And then that was signed by Linda when I saw a few weeks later in Newcastle at the Tube TV. Around that time, Paul and Linda used to say hello to me and hi, and Linda got to recognise me and see that, yes, I was a fan, but I wasn't too intrusive. She's the one that told the doorman to take a photo of us. And then when I saw a couple of weeks later in Newcastle, she called me over. She saw me from the stage. And she says, have you got the photo developed yet? I said, no, Linda. She goes, get it done and send it to me. I can't remember, she said the home address or MPL. Anyway, I sent it, and look at her. She sent it back, signed to me. What a lovely, lovely woman she was, and revered and still remembered so much. Right, moving on now to 1989. Some great tracks on Flowers in the Dirt. We Got Married is one. I love how Paul sings about was it? It's not just a love machine. It doesn't work out if you don't work at it. And he's correct, isn't he? We Got Married is a stunning track with Dave Gilmour on guitar. I'm just looking at the words on here. Further on in the game, waiting up till the children came. So he's saying about found a flat, we got married, but I think that was about Cynthia and John, I believe, on that. But anyway, we got married. An ode again to Linda, and around this time he was calling her Gertrude Higgins when he used to do the concerts and sang in a different language. Mia sposa Linda, Mia, was it? I don't know what it is in German or French, but he introduced her on stage as Gertrude Higgins on the Flowers in the Dirt World Tour. And a track on here, this one, which I think is the best single released from the album, Did I Ever Take You in My Arms, Look You in the eye. There never was a better moment than this one. Stunning, stunning tracks again to Linda. Moving on a few years now, and we go to Off the Ground. Which one are Linda's feet and legs? Can you tell? Don't go looking for the non-hairy ones, because she might have not shaved her legs. So on this, you've got the beautiful, beautiful ballad Golden Earth Girl, which I think really sums Linda totally up. She was golden, okay, she was from planet Earth, and she was a girl. It's such a beautiful kind of nature song, again, about his wife. And also, I owe it all to you. Was it? He says about Egyptian temples. Look, I'm trying to look at the lyrics here. I haven't looked in here for ages for the lyrics. These lyrics are a mess in here. Why is it such a mess? Look at that. That's looking for changes. Anyway, I owe it all to you. Has it got the lyrics nicely done yet? Let's have a look at Golden Earth Girl. Good clear water, friend of wilderness. See in the pool her own reflection. In another world, someone over there is counting fish in the sunbeam. Nature's lover. There's no doubt about it. Linda loved nature, and she was a golden earth girl. And the track I said as well was I owe it all to you. So basically saying, I'm here, Linda, because of you. I owe my new life to... Well, it wasn't a new life then. They married in 1970. No, they weren't. They married in 1969. I'm not going to edit that. But I love how he says, I owe it all to you. You make me happy. Simple words. Just what it says in the tin gets to the point. And then we go on to Flaming Pie. Obviously, this was recorded where Linda wasn't well. It was the last album of Paul McCartney songs that was released while she was alive. So it's a beautiful album tinged with sadness. So you've got Beautiful Night on it, which was the last video of Paul's to feature Linda alive. You can see she's got much shorter hair, but she's in the video, and there's no doubt about let's have a beautiful night in together. It doesn't matter about the rest of it. Let's make it a beautiful night. Calico Skies. How can you describe that song? It was written that I would love you from the moment I opened my eyes, and the morning when I first saw you gave me life under calico skies. It's a tear-jerking song. It gets me every time, and when Paul does that in concert, it is one of the most emotional moments. In fact, I think that's more emotional when he does that in concert than Maybe I'm Amazed or My Love or Yesterday. Calico Skies is pure magic. And then there is Some days I look at you with eyes that shine. Some days I don't believe you are mine. Getting emotional. It just takes you back to June 1997 when that album came out and the beauty of it. And I'm sure all of us fans weren't aware just how ill and poorly Linda was. So that's the end of it. I'm only going up to tracks recorded whilst Linda was alive. I'm not going on to post stuff like Driving Rain, etc. I was going to say about I Don't Want No Other Baby But You, but I'm going to cut it off at Flaming Pie. So thank you for watching this. So this is about Linda Louise McCartney, whose birthday is today and would have been 83. Please like and comment, and in the comments put down if there's other songs that you think, well, Dino, you missed out, because Paul McCartney's songwriting is so prolific, and I know there's stuff that hasn't been released, or there might have been bonus versions on stuff that I've probably missed out. And listen, I'm only human. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'm not going to waffle on any longer. Like, subscribe, catch you soon. And obviously McCartney's playing very soon concerts in South America and in Europa, so may see you out there on the road. Join my Facebook groups if you haven't already. Take care. This is Dino B. Dino B. I don't even know my name. Kind of a bit mad. Oh, what want to say? Lady Linda. Goodbye to you all.